Um, okay, so a few days ago, something really bad happened to my friend, Heather, Heather, Heather Edelstine Bustard. Okay, it's kind of hard to say because I still can't believe, like, this happened, but, on Thursday, well, on Saturday, on Saturday, there was this fire. There was this fire in Quebec, well, near Quebec City, and it was this cabin, and the whole place totally burned down because of the propane gases. Something was wrong with the tanks, and well, I didn't know then, but on Tuesday when I went to school, I found out that one of the victims in the propane gas fire at the cottage near Quebec City was one of my first friends here in Montreal, and her name was Heather, and she's 15, and she was the sweetest, like, most prettiest, most amazing girl ever, and she just, like, sorry, she didn't deserve to die, you know, and she was just, like, I don't know. The first time I met her was on the first day during gym class, my first class ever at Westmount High, and she was one of the few people who first talked to me, and, well, we had a lot of classes together last year, and I got to know her really well, and, well, it's still a shock for me, but, like, I know it's actually happened now, but sorry, I haven't been crying about this, like, since yesterday when I found out, and it's really difficult because, like, I just expect her to just show up out of nowhere, you know, and a part of me knows that she's never coming back, but another part of me keeps thinking, like, she's just gonna come back, you know, that I'll just see her at school the next day by her locker, and I feel like such a jerk because I didn't spend any time with her during the summer when I knew that she was there. I was so busy hanging out with my other friends that, like, and I regret, like, all the times when I didn't speak to her or when I didn't, like, and I guess, well, like, how can something, like, a human life just exist one day and then just disappear from the face of Earth the next, you know, like, and for it to happen to someone so innocent, you know, like, why would anyone do that, you know? And if God really does exist, then he must really hate us, because why do all the innocent people have to die, you know? Even, like, the guilty people, like, and, like, for Heather to die in a fire, you know, like, so sudden, like, you don't expect it to happen, and it just happens, you know, and, well, like, yesterday when I found out in the morning, like, even the teachers couldn't even just tell us because they even had trouble believing it, you know, and on the news they said it was a 13-year-old girl, and Heather's actually 15, so I just kept thinking, it can't be Heather, even though they said that it was a person from NDG. And, like, shit. So, yeah. Like, she's gone. And I still can't believe it, you know. And, well, when I went to class yesterday, because I was at my counselor's office for about 2 lessons, and when I went back to class for physics, all the kids there, like, they knew about it, but they just didn't give a shit, you know, like, they were just happy, like, joking all to themselves, you know, and it's like, it's a fucking human life, you know, like, she's gone, and it's like, the fact that no one cared was just, like, too much for me, you know. I couldn't believe that, like, people were so, like, I didn't know people could be so insensitive, and, well, I just miss her. I already miss her, I remember talking to her on the last day. And on Thursday, we hung out Thursday afternoon, and she was talking about the trip she was going to go to, the fishing trip where she died. And she was talking about how she didn't want to go get her fishing license, and how she really didn't want to go. And, I just wish she hadn't gone, because then she'd still be alive. When something like this happens, you always think about the what ifs. And it's so difficult for me because, sorry, it's the second time someone important has died in my life, and I don't think anyone ever gets used to it. It's just, why would someone take away such an innocent life, So, I don't believe in heaven or hell, but Heather, if you're watching this, I just want you to know everyone misses you and we all love you. We all wish that you hadn't been there in the fire, that you were still here with us. And if you could hear us, then we just want you to know you were one of the most amazing girls ever. And you're one of the only people in Westmount High who could you are the only person in Westmount High to have ever gotten away with purple hair. You're my dinosaur. You're always going to be my dinosaur body. You're always going to be the only person who could ever make me feel better, even on a really shitty day. You're the only person who can actually tell the actual proper story about Mr. Redhead and the revealing clothes. Shit. Yeah, so we all love you. We really miss you. Yeah, so that's it for now. Bye.